Hello there, YouTube friends. How are you? It's Eric coming back to you. Look at this. I wanted to show you this. It's a beautiful shawl I made. It doesn't take very long to do. I used 200 grams of yarn, and it's pretty big. It's pretty heavy also. I'm not sure if you can see the pattern here, but it's a butterfly. Can you see it? So this is called butterflies, a butterfly shawl. I hope you enjoy it. It's easy to do. It's one of those simple ones that you have to mirror what you do to the left, you do to the right, and just gorgeous. See, something that you can also use for your summer days. I don't know, you're going to the beach or you're gonna be walking along the beach and you need something to cover up with, and because you're feeling a little chilly, this is it. See the motifs here. You see it? And see how it looks when it folds this way. It's quite something, you guys. You can do it with any yarn you want, any length you want, as big as you want it or as little as you want it. Alright, so I'll be coming back to you with this and I will show you. Take care for now. Bye. Hello there, my circle friends. Is that coming back to you? This time I am bringing you a shawl called Mariposa, which translated means butterfly in Spanish. I think it's a beautiful shawl for your accessories for the springtime. I found it in this Spaniard lady's Omami channel, and it's beautiful, and you're not gonna believe me, this is the third time I'm trying to do this video for you guys, so I hope this one turns out as I need it. We're gonna start with 8 chains. We're gonna chain 8. I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and now we are going to make a circle. We're going to make a circle with a slip stitch. Now this shawl is quite sweet, it's very cute. I enjoy it because it's one of those shawls that there is no confusion to it, because whatever you do to the right, you do to the left. So here we go. We're going to do 3 chains up, 1 2 3, and now we're going to make 8 double crochets inside the ring. These 3 chains count as the first double crochet. Okay, so we're going to do 7 in reality. Okay, so 7 double crochets. Remember, what you do to the right, you do to the left with these guys, so it's nice and easy and simple. The first 3 chains count as your first double crochet. Okay, so here we go. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and this is number 7. So in total we should have 8, right? Counting the 3 chains. 1 2 3 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 double crochets. Okay, now we're going to turn our work and we're going to do 3 chains up. 1, 2, 3. That counts also as our first double crochet. Here we're going to do 2 more double crochets inside the same space where these 3 chains that we just made are born. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet inside. Actually, hold on 1 second, please. Okay, now this second round, let's keep it in mind. Okay, I think I need to clarify this for you. In the very first space we're going to do, we do the 3 chains, and in the space where the 3 chains are born, we're going to make 1, 2 double crochets, right? So in total for the first space we have 1, 2, 3 double crochets, and in the next double crochet we're going to do 2 double crochets, okay, inside the same space. We're going to do the same here, 2 double crochets inside the next space. So now we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to do, we have 2, 4, 6, 7. In the next space we're going to do 2 more double crochets, 1, 2, so that gives us 9 double crochets for the second round. Okay, once we have the 9 double crochets, we're going to do 1, 2 chains, chain 2, and then in the next space we're going to do 2 double crochets all the way to the end. But remember, at the end, when we reach the end, in each space we're going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, what you do to the right, you do to the left, so remember that. So we have 2 double crochets in there, 2 double crochets here, all the way to the end. But remember, at the end, when you reach the last double crochet, you have to do 3 double crochets in there, because we have to mirror what we did at the very beginning. Okay, so here I'm at the last space, so I'm going to do 3 double crochets instead of just 2 double crochets. I do 3 in here, 2 and 3. Why? We're going to see why. So we have 9 double crochets here, right, on this side, and then we do 2 chains, so we're gonna have to have 9 double crochets on this side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is what our second round is looking like. We're going to turn our work again, and we're going to do 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. In this same space we're going to do another double crochet in the same space where the 3 chains are born. Okay, so here we keep going, right? We do 3 double crochets in, well, we do 2 double crochets inside the same space here. So together, all together, we have 3 double crochets, because the 3 chains, the first 3 chains count as the first double crochet, right? Okay, so here we have, in the first space we have 1, 2, 3 double crochets, and we're going to do 7 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. What do we do now? We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the 8th space we do 1 double crochet. Now we have reached the space, the 2 chain space, so we're going to do 2 double crochets inside that space, 1 and 2. Okay, now we're going to do 2 chains, 1, 2, and again inside the 2 chain space we're going to do 2 double crochets. Remember, we have to mirror what you do to the right, you do to the left. Let's not forget that. Now we are going to do 1 double crochet inside the next space, just like we did here, right? We did 1 double crochet there, we're going to do it here. And what comes next? We're going to do 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? What do we do here? We count the spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the 8th space, which happens to be the 3 chains that we made earlier, that's what we're going to do. That's where we're going to make our 3 double crochets to mirror what we've done previously at the beginning of this row. 1, 2, and 3. Right? So this is how we complete this round 3. See, what we do to the right, we do to the left. And this is how we're working our point. Okay? So now what do? We're going to turn our work around and we're going to start again with 3 chains. One, 2, 3 chains, and again always we're going to do 2 double crochets in the first space, 1 and 2, and remember that the first 3 chains count as your first double crochet. That is just a given. Okay, and here we go. For this row is quite easy. We just follow what we have already there. Aside from making the 3 double crochets at the beginning, we just follow what we have done in the previous row. So we're going to do 1 double crochet on top of each of the next 2 double crochet. Okay, again we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 chains. Okay, and then in the next double crochet that we find here, we do another double crochet, and we do 1 double crochet on top of each of these double crochets that we already have here. And in here we're going to do, inside this 2 chain space, we're going to do 1, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 1, 2, and 2 more double crochet. Right? So I think that's fairly clear, right? So far so good, I say. Okay, fairly simple. Remember, what you do to the right, you do to the left. You mirror things. So we're going to continue, and we do exactly what we did before. 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet, seven chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we do 1 double crochet on top of the next 2 double crochet, 1, 2, 1 on top of each, and at the end, which is the 3 chains that we have made previously, we do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. So all together here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, and at the beginning here is the same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, and that is the completion for our first this row. I think it's row number 4 so far, right? Very clear. What do we do again? We start again with turning our work around. I'm sorry, let's turn our work around, and we start with what? You guessed it, 3 chains up, 1, 2, 3, and in here inside the first space, which is where the 3 chains are born, we do 2 double crochets in the same space, 1, 2. All together we have 1, 2, 3 double crochets in the same space. Okay, now something to remember here is that, remember, we counted that we have 5 double crochets at the beginning here and at the end, right? So we do our 3 chains up plus 2 double crochets in the same space. In the next 4 spaces, no, I'm sorry, in the next 3 spaces, we're going to do 1 double crochet in each space. 1, 1, and 1, okay? In the next 3 spaces. In the next double crochet, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2 in the same space. 2 double crochets in the same space in the double crochet that is just before the chains. Here we're going to do 1, 2 chains. This is where we change a little bit things a little bit. We do 2 chains. Down here we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, okay? And here we're going to do an extended double crochet, or you can make a treble, but I'm gonna make a treble, okay? So I wrap around once on my hook, twice on my hook, and I go into this chain, into this stitch all the way down there. We pull through and we go, when we do a treble. Remember, we're mirroring here, okay? So what you do to the right, you do to the left. So we go 1, 2 chains after, making a treble or an extended double crochet, whatever you want to do. And here we're going to do, in the first double crochet, we're going to do 2 double crochets, because what you do to the right, you do to the left with these guys. That's what we did here in the last double crochet. Here we did 2 double crochets in the same stitch, right? And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets. We're going to do 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet. until we reach the 2 chain space, and we're going to do what we have been doing all along, which is 2 double crochets inside these 2 chain space, 2 double crochets, 2 chain, 2 double crochets inside the same space, because this is how we work our point for the shawl, right? Okay, got it. So again, here we're going to do 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet that we find here. Until we reach the last double crochet that is just before the 7 chains that we have here, and this is where we make 2 double crochets in the same space, 1 and 2, right? What do we do next? Sorry about that noise, you guys. I hope you're not getting it, but anyways, we do 2 chains, 1, 2. We go down here, and we count 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and we do a treble or an extended double crochet, and we see, you do a treble or an extended double crochet. Now we do chain 2 after that, 1, 2, and here again we're going to do 2 double crochets, just like what we did here. Remember, here we have 2 double crochets in the same space, so here we do 2 double crochets in the same space, 1 and 2, and then we do 1 double crochet in each of the following 3 double crochets, or on top of until we reach the last double crochet, which is the 3 chains, and in there we do 3 double crochets. And here we do 3 double crochets, because we did 3 chains at the beginning plus 2 double crochets in the same space, so we have to do 3. And remember that the 3 chains count as the first double crochet. So we have completed round number 5, and this is what it looks like. See, so that's how we get going with our mariposas. It looks more like dragonflies, doesn't it? These guys, these are our mariposas, butterflies. I think they look very cute. Okay. And our next row is actually quite simple. Nothing complicated about it. We chain 1 and 2, we turn our work around, and we are going to make half double crochet. Okay, so here we go. We just work on making half double crochets on each of the stitches that we have. We're just practically filling in here half double crochet on top of each double crochet that we have here. Okay, in this space here we're going to do 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. On this guy, on the treble or extended double crochet, we're going to make 1 half double crochet. What you do to the left, right, you do to the left. So we do 1, 2 half double crochets inside this space, and we continue to do half double crochets on top of each double crochet, half double crochet. See, all the way to the end. And here we have reached that 2 chain space, so we're going to do, we're going to do 2 half double crochet, 2 chains, and 2 half double crochets again in the same 2 chain space. And all the way to the end we continue to do the same thing, half a double crochet on top of each double crochet that we find that we have. We're going to do half double crochets here. When we reach our butterfly or dragonfly, our mariposa anyways, we do 2 half double crochets in the space, 1 half double crochet on top of the treble or extended double crochet, 2 half double crochets in the next space, and we just continue to make half double crochets all the way to the end. It's very easy, very simple, no complications at all. And we have reached the end of our round 6, and as you can see here we have the butterflies, butterfly on this side, butterfly on this side. Okay, so what do we do next? We are going to turn our work around and we proceed as follows. I'm just going to repeat these guys, these 3 rows here. So we're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and in the same space, in the very first space here, we do, hold on one second, in the first space where the 3 chains are born, we're going to do 2 double crochets. So the first 3 chains count as your first double crochet. So we're going to practically be repeating these row here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains. Count 7 chains, and here we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces, and in the 8th space we are going to do a double crochet. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and make 7 double crochets on, so 1 on each double crochet that we find here. Two, 4, 6, 7, and now we're going to do another 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And what do we do now? We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the next space we do another double crochet, and inside the 2 chain space we do 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochet. See? So now we're just creating the base for the next 2 butterflies. As you can see, the butterflies are not necessarily aligned. So we have one here before this one and another one here after this one. So we're going to do the same thing. What we did here, what we did to the right, we did to the left. Okay? So we go and we do 1 double crochet here on top of these double crochet. It's not a double crochet, is it? On top of the half double crochet that we did in the last round, that we're going to count. We're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains, and then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces, and in the 8th we're going to do one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the 8th space we do another double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here in the 8th space and the next 7 double crochet, half double crochets we do double crochets on top of each. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Now we do 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We count 7 spaces below, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in the 8th space we're going to make 3 double crochet, because we come to the very end here. We have reached the very end. So remember, what you do to the left, I'm sorry, what you do to the right, you do to the left. And that is our next round. This is what it's looking like. Right? So what we're gonna do next on the next round is we're gonna do a repeat of what we just did. We're going to turn our work around, and again, you guessed it, we're going to start with 3 chains. And remember, at the beginning and at the end we do always 2 double crochets in the same space, 1 and 2, so that makes 3 double crochets, including the 3 beginning starting chain. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet on top of each of the next 2 double crochets, and we follow our pattern here. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I forgot. I think I have to make 2 double crochets here before we do our 7 chains. We have to do 2 double crochets, because that's how we worked it here, remember? Yeah. Actually, let me double check. Okay, let me check my pattern here. Okay, you guys, my apologies. Yes, no, it's correct. It's only 1. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets. Okay, so no need to do 2 double crochets at the end here. Okay, don't worry about that. It's only 1. So you do your 3 chains, 2 double crochets in the same space, and then you do 1 and 2, 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet, and then we do the 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And again, we're going to do 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet that we find here. So we just follow the pattern that we had from our the previous row. Okay, one double crochet on top of each double crochet, and again we follow the pattern. So 7 chains, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet that we have here until we reach the 2 chain space, and we know what we do there, right? Okay, I have reached the 2 chain space here, so we're going to do 2 double crochets followed by 2 chains and 2 double crochets in the same space, right? And then we're going to do 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet. We have reached the 7 chain space, so we're going to do 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and again we do the next 7 double crochets, 1 double crochet on top of each other, 1 double crochet on top of each of the previous stitches. Okay, and we continue to do so until we reach the end. But remember, when we reach the end, on the very last double crochet we have to make 3 double crochets, because that's the beauty of this pattern, right? It's nice and simple. Again, 7 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, we're going to do 1 double crochet on top of each of the next 2 double crochets, 1, and when we reach the last double crochet here, which is the very first 3 chains that we did, we are going to do 3 double crochets in the same space. 1, 2, and okay, so here we continue. We have turned our work around, and this is the row when we've already completed these 2 rows with 1 and 2 the 7 chains, 1 and 2 rows of that, right? So now the next row is where we're going to make our butterfly, which means we're going to do, this is what got me confused, this is where we're going to do 2 double crochets at the, let me turn it around, hold on. We're going to do 2 double crochets at the beginning of the 7 row of the 7 chains, and 2 double crochets at the end of the 7 chains for each one, okay, for all of them. Remember, this is one of those guys that is what you do to the left, what you do to the right, you do to the left. So 1, 2, 3 chains, and always remember that in the very first space we always do 3 double crochets, right? So 1 and 2, because the 3 chains count as the 3rd double crochet. So we do 1 double crochet on each of the next 3 double crochets, 2 and 3, and in the 4th one we do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and this is what we do a treble, or we do an extended double crochet. Whatever one you want to do is fine. Okay, so here we go, and we do 1, 2 chains, and here, remember, down here we're gonna count 3 spaces, and in the 4th one at the bottom here, that's where we are going to plant our treble or double crochet. I'm going to make a treble, so I take 2, I wrap the yarn around twice on my hook. I count 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th I do my treble. And after that I do 1, 2 chains again, and here at the beginning of these double crochets I do 2 on the very first double crochet. I make 2 double crochets on top of it, and 1 double crochet on top of the next double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is the double crochet that is just before the chains, the 7 chains. So I make 2 double crochets here, 1 and 2, and then I do 2 chains. I make a treble. See, I have 1, 2, 3. I count 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th space down there I plant my stitch, and then I do 2 chains after that. And again here we do 2 double crochets on top of the very first double crochet here, and then 1 double crochet on each one of the following double crochets. And then we're going to do the same thing as we always do. In the 2 chain space we do 2 double crochets followed by 2 chains and 2 double crochets. 1, 2 chains, and all in the same space. 1 and 2. So we continue. This is it. See, we have now 1 and 2 butterflies or dragonflies, whatever you want to call them. And then the next row you continue to do half double crochets. So we do what we do here to complete this row. You go ahead and do on the left side the same thing that we did here on the right side, and then your next row will be a row of half double crochets, and that's how you continue to make your shawl until you reach the length that you desire. And that is how nice and easy this is. Thanks for watching my videos. Please share, please subscribe, leave your comments below, and see you next time. God bless. Okay, my friends, so here it is. This is what the completed row looks like. Please forgive this, but my workspace is not the greatest. So that's the row, what the completed row looks like. I wanted to show you. See, remember what you do to the right, you do to the left, and then the next row that you're going to make is nothing but half double crochets, remember. Okay, once again, God bless. Hope you enjoy this.